The human brain is made for thinking, not fumigating. It's hardly a thinker toy or experimenting. Not fuming with drugs.
Why do we talk about marijuana? It's the single biggest drug that is a source of some confusion.
This is really about educating the public about the fact that marijuana is a less harmful drug.
Marijuana, that's to get high.
You can be as high as you want.
The prohibition of marijuana over the last 71 years has not actually prevented you from using marijuana.
You feel weak.
I'm sure to winning the war on drugs.
I do believe there have been some successes.
We will never arrest our way out of this problem.
I'm out here trying to make it. Woman, can't you see? Takes a lot of money to make it. Let's talk truthfully.
It's 7:10. Welcome to the John Doe Radio Show.
Whoa.
I'm your host, John Doe, here with my man, Bike Holly.
Over here, that's me.
What, were you freaked out that I started it differently?
Well, it sounded like you just turned the microphone on in the middle of a conversation.
I'm fired up, man. It's 7:10. Woo! That was weak. Wait. Woo!
Stand on your head and say that. I can't.
That farked up the limiter there.
I can't even hear myself. What's going on over here, by the way? How are you? Oh, burn.
Is that better?
It's a little too much.
Is that a little better?
It was a little too much.
All right.
That's perfect.
All right. Is that better?
Happy July 10th, everybody.
It's 7:10.
2013.
Thank you very much for hanging out with us. iCannabisRadio.com. You are listening to the John Doe Radio Show, live from 1 Mile High. Big thanks to the people that make this show possible. Everybody out there dabbing. Everybody out there toking. We don't want to just discriminate today. I mean, even though it is 7:10, still, make sure that you give pride to that pre-run that made this 7:10 for you. The 7:10 is possible because of the pre-run. That's really the only reason why I give so much shiz about that is because Dredd hates it. Oh, and save the hippos. That's another thing.
Yeah, so the hemp.
This is going to distract me the whole show. What is this crap right
I
here?
think this is some rice that fell out of my burrito.
Dude, you got to make sure that you...
Well, instead of flicking it on the floor, why don't you just let me pick it up? Thanks.
It was distracting the crap out of me. So if you're here in the Mile High, if you're wherever the hell you are, hopefully that you're out here having a good time, you're in a good mood. I don't know why the fuck I'm in such a good mood today. I really am in a great mood.
What's all the white light you're eating?
Dude, you have forgot about the white light quite a bit.
What do you mean I forget about it? I focus on it all the time.
The listeners are constantly reminding me to stay in the white light. By the way, to celebrate 7:10 today, and part of the reason why we started the show late is I had a doctor's appointment earlier. I had to take care of some shiz. And also, bam!
Oh, look who's got his medical marijuana registry paperwork all filled out and signed by a doctor that's just needing to be sent certified mail, and then you can start shopping.
For like the 6th time. It's either 5 or 6th. I can't remember.
No one is really counting.
Years. I got a burrito stuck in my tooth.
Ah, yes. You're eating that burrito like David Hasselhoff going after a cheeseburger this morning.
If you wouldn't explain to me what the hell that meant before the show, I wouldn't have any clue what you were talking about right now.
I know. See? You're starting to pick up what I'm throwing down.
So how do I... By the way, we're going to talk in a minute about... let me make sure. Dude, do you realize that, like, the password for
it looks nasty.
This is not a dab rag, everybody that visits the studio. Like, the password for the internet, the paper is just... I came in here today, and it was sitting over there, and I'm sitting down writing... ready to take off for my doctor's appointment, and I'm smelling errl, like
couldn't find it,
like raw errl, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? And I look down, and the paper's sitting right there. There's enough errl on here if you were to actually smoke the paper to get a good hit.
I was in here last night.
I might do that,
and that was probably where a lot of that oil came from. There was, I think, 8 people in this room.
Dude, what? To quit using this shiz is you know better than that.
I wasn't using it. I had a pre-folded napkin from the kitchen in here I was using as a dab rag. But, I mean, it was like non-stop dabs from 6 to 8 in here with a bunch of people. And it didn't get nearly as smoky as it did when eMerge.
That's because you guys had the door open.
Oh, that's true, too.
Yeah, last night, Bike was on Sexpot Radio, so if you want to check that out, go to iCannabisRadio.com and click on the recorded shows link, Sexpot Radio, and then it is the show from 7-9. So, I didn't get a chance to listen to it yet. I got off work at 7. It starts at 6.
It was on 6 to 8, from 7 to 9. Tim stood in the doorway for a few minutes just to see if we talked about him.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I made sure in the beginning that we didn't do that.
Leave me out of conversations.
Tim said do not mention his name, so we have to respect that. So let's just use different words to describe him, like the guy from JDR or the guy I work with. So
I didn't say that you didn't have to mention me. I just said be nice.
I don't want to talk about this. That was the extent of what we said about you.
Damn it, I already forgot where I was going to go before the errl hospitality.
You're welcome for all my errl hospitality.
If the chat room has any idea where I was going to go with anything I was talking about, in all seriousness, please let me know. Fart. Anyway, thanks to our sponsors on the John Doe Radio Show. In fact, our brand new sponsor at Kind Love, who, I mean, I got to sign somebody up as my caregiver. Oh, that's what I was going to do.
What did you do?
Rules of MedMJ and what the process is right now for me. Because he's like, my doctor was like, you know the process here, right?
And you're like, oh yeah, I'm John Doe. I know it all.
Yeah, well, look at this shirt I was wearing. I actually tried to find a different shirt.
You couldn't turn it inside out?
And then I was like,
I can't turn that inside out. No.
Why am I ashamed of my shiz? He wrote notes about my job and everything else.
Who asked you about your job?
The doctor.
What did he say? And your employer is?
No, I mentioned like
Georgia Edson.
The radio show. And
he's like, oh.
Well, my employer is actually Georgia is like the czar.
Mm-hmm. Supreme Lord.
I wouldn't think of it necessarily think of her as an employer.
Cannabis,
she's like she's the czar of iCannabis.
Can't think of anyone else you'd answer to.
That's probably the wrong word. But the employers are Kind Love, mmjdenver.com, right?
mmjdenver.net.
Okay, shiz. mmjdenver.net. And should I mention what you sent to me in the private message yesterday?
Probably not. See, I said that was a joke, actually, by the way. I just like pushing your buttons, and you never know when I'm serious. So it's
Did he say that, though, for real? They didn't say that.
Depends which part you're talking about. So let's just...
The welding?
No. Oh, in a joking fashion. Yes.
Okay, well, just... I was like, did you really just make something up and put words in somebody else's mouth?
No, that was just a quick thinker.
That's probably not something. Yeah, I mean, in January, that would probably be something that we could promote them as. But
maybe I don't know. You're a recreational / medical user. You're high on some.
Dude, strangely enough, I've been baked as fuck all day. The first couple hits that I took today launched me into outer space.
Of the oil that I gave you?
No.
Oh, sorry.
When I came in here first thing today, I took some hits of greens, and then there was some shiz right here, and I took a dab of that.
Yeah, and what did you think? You actually said out loud when you dabbed that. Like, that's tasty.
I may still have been fucked up from last night, though, so that's quite a possibility.
Did you take some ecstasy last night?
No. Good. I may have,
cocaine?
I kind of got a drinking thing. It's not necessarily that I have drinking problems. It's just that I create problems while I drink.
Tim, your drinking problem is 2 hands and only 1 mouth. What's the big deal?
I know. I didn't want to go into anything until I got through sponsors. It's like the number one goal of the day was to like get through sponsors. Big thanks to Kind love, mmjdenver.net, mmjdenver.net. Make sure you holler at him and tell him the John Doe Radio Show sent you.
Or just me.
Or Bike or whatever. They stay concentrated that they have the fire. See, the thing is, and what I was told about Kind Love is that their motto, which I have, this is not every dispensary, and strange enough, the majority of dispensaries don't give a fuck. They really don't. They hire people that are not knowledgeable. They put people in charge of their grows that have no clue what they're doing. And, I mean, it's very few people that pay right what they should. But this place, one of the first things that was told me when I messaged to take care of some stuff was that the only thing that we're going to settle for is excellence.
They get a lot of fire over there.
That constantly trying to improve the image, the product, everything. And I mean, it honestly, to hear that, and it may sound like it's weird that I'm making a big deal out of that, oh, that's every business. It was weird. It was weirdly refreshing. Refreshing to hear something like that from owners. I mean, a lot of the time it's not necessarily that they're, not worried about improving their excellence or whatever, but they're nonchalant about it. Don't be nonchalant about that shiz. Boast that you're, trying to do your best. Boast that you're striving for excellence. Boast that you're trying to educate the public about, what we're doing and what cannabis is all about. Be that good ambassador. Because that's what we are right now, as ambassadors to this cause. Every single one of us that uses marijuana, somebody looks at you and says, whoa, that dude's using marijuana. I mean, they're going to judge you, so make a good reason to judge them. Good.
That brownie,
I'm high.
The brownie wrapper that I left on your windshield was for a reason.
What? Dude, I got more likes on a comment on that than I almost ever have ever.
Yeah, well, those.
Thanks for leaving that on the window, by the way.
I left that there for you because that's the first edible, is the Purple Diesel brownie. First edible that I've ever had that
I threw it out. You should have put a note with it.
Okay, well, you knew it was for me. It was just a reminder, and it worked. That Purple Diesel brownie, which is
Kind Love, by the way.
Yeah. I can't remember their in-house brand. Pretty lit. So it was like 57 milligrams of CBD and 44 THC, or the opposite, or right around almost 1-to-1.
I couldn't figure out, when I walked up to the car, I got in, closed the door, looked up at the windshield, and I was like, somebody left. I knew immediately that it was some kind of marijuana packaging.
Yep.
But I thought it was somebody maybe being nice and leaving me something.
I was leaving you a reminder.
I was like, oh, cool, there's probably a few dabs in here or something.
I'm going to leave
and then
that.
I looked, and there was a few crumbs in it.
Did you get those crumbs? How did the squirrels get them?
No, I almost put. Were you in your van? You were in the van last night?
Oh, yes.
And it was parked at the back, towards the back?
Yeah.
Dude, I stopped because I was like, why the fuck did he park all the way back here?
It was jammed
I was
up.
going to put it back on your windshield.
That would have been hysterical. I would have laughed.
I know, but I was afraid it was somebody else's.
I would have been like, that's so Tim. My brain is not working on the level I would like it to work. It's working
today. I mean, it's doing fantastic for what I honestly would have figured.
You're limping along just fine.
No, I'm doing great. But oh yeah, Amanda Bynes.
Oh yeah, how's your girl doing?
Amanda Bynes in it.
Is that what you're doing?
That's what I was saying before. Anyway, it doesn't work right now.
Tim Bynes.
I was connecting the dots with
Amanda Martin.
being a jackass and Amanda Martin. That does have a good ring to it.
Nah, that's in your brain.
Oh. So on top of it, my phone and my computer shizzed out yesterday. Oh, shiz!
Oh, look who I am.
Murphy is joining us. My phone crapped out last night, dude. Because I dropped it in the otter case.
I noticed that you texted me on my way here today.
I text you from probably the studio.
It came up Tim Martin.
Because it's from my Google Voice, and I can go anywhere with that.
Yes.
Wait, oh, that might be unplugged. Plug it in right there. That's why it was so loud in the headphones too. It's because the thing was
yes.
on. You can plug it in right there.
Going down.
So I broke the. Dude, I didn't just break the screen on the phone. Like
Don't have phone insurance?
You look at the phone. No, it basically was just a computer. Because I don't have phone service. So the Samsung S3, the shit is Samsung. But Samsung, if
I
you want
to
to
talk
go with
on
it.
a Samsung.
Which was my computer's name, by the way, my laptop's name. I don't know. It won't charge, so it's crapped out, and hopefully there's enough so I can like hook it up to something else. Sorry, I'm not gonna pitch the whole time. But also, dude, it's in an OtterBox, my phone. They drop it on the floor, and it like slowly shuts off. So I'm like, what the hell?
Oh, that's why it broke.
I pick it up and I turn it back on, and the screen turns like rainbow, half the screen, and the other half is farked up. And I look real close, and there's like little cracks, little itty bitty cracks. You could barely even see them.
You dropped it.
Only the second phone that I've ever broke in my entire life. You know whose the other one was? And he'll be here Friday.
Yeah, I was there when you broke Adam's phone, and you freaked out, and you said, "Call Dave Guzman quick! Hurry up before Adam gets back." Tell Dave to bring his phone repair kit.
Adam Dunn from THC's and Hemp Hoodlum. That's the only other phone I've broke. Both were dropped on the fucking tile. Oh, no. And then, dude, I had forgot about it because I'm trying not to worry about it. I tell people, don't worry about broken glass, spilled milk. God, it's calamity of events last night, dude.
Let me cheer you up, or maybe
I broke
let me
my-
think. I'm raising my head.
I broke my shower head. The first shower head I made.
It's glass.
It's the
It's gonna break.
and the honey hole.
You should buy your next one.
The
probably.
third honey hole.
Just buy it, the next one.
I can't afford it.
I'll give you mine.
I had
But
to
it's a
charge a
14.
doctor's appointment today.
Listen, on the John Doe Radio.
Dude, I now that I know you're raising your hand.
I know, and we just bite your tongue for a second.
All right, fine. I'll.
On the John Doe Radio Show, can you hear me though, Tim?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Why would I not be able to hear you?
I don't know, because you can't. I don't know how these fancy electronics work. On the John Doe Radio Show.
Are you serious?
On the John Doe Radio Show Facebook page, it says someone just posted, "I may be looking for a soapbox soon," and it's Derek Cummings.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Murphy.
Happy 710.
Tim. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Well, get it. Well, elegant entrance. Derek always
I'm
makes.
trying to get Derek for a minute here, so this is
Good.
great,
Let's get him here.
Yeah.
Is that an S3? The
This?
Samsung S3.
I got the 4.
God damn it.
But I have an
Your
S3.
phone's
Do you want to
junk
buy
now.
it?
Don't even matter.
Okay, here's the thing. Do I want to buy that? The S3?
Or no, I have a 2. I have a 2.
Oh no, I want an
I have
S3
a
or
2
better.
as well.
I have a 2 for
Dude,
sale.
that thing worked better than my laptop did.
Well, your laptop sucked.
It did because it's like 10 years old.
That-
I mean, it was like
My
way-
lawnmower worked better than your laptop.
So I really shouldn't be
laptop.
that upset. But the thing, and I should say, hey, this is something to burn to the universe and say it's something to move on with. You know what I'm saying? But I really overthink every fucking thing I do. See, like getting into this 5-10 minute long conversation of just stupid shiz about my life. We don't need to get back into this pattern of shiz on John Doe Radio.
Patterns of shiz on today's JDR. A very shizzy JDR.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not.
So I see you got your doctor's rec today?
What?
All-
Yeah,
all
I
went
got
well?
my medical marijuana.
The registry is pumping out cards in like 2 weeks right now.
You want to send it off for
It's
me?
fast.
What about renewals?
Yeah, like 2 weeks.
Sweet. Do you have to wait till your card expires, or can you renew it whenever?
You can renew it within 60 days of expiration.
Sweet.
So, back to who wants to take care of my who wants to take care of my card.
That'd be you. You
How much
just
does
take
it
care
cost
of it.
again to?
The state, $35.
I don't have $35.
You can probably get a fee waiver.
Dude, you know what? Luckily, there's so many
don't know.
there's so many corners around here that aren't occupied with guys with signs. You could probably go at $35 in half a day. Colorado and Evans on the Kentucky Fried Chicken side.
It is amazing how many people have signs on the corners. Like every single corner.
That corner's not worked too hard. There's been construction there, so they probably shoot them away, and they sticked up at I-25 in Colorado. So no excuses is my point.
There's a dispensary that'll take care of this for me. Going to Kind Love, going to Compassionate
You're
PM,
asking a lot.
going
Like,
to
what a
Element
douche.
420. No, I'm just kidding. Because the last time I had a dispensary try and take care of that for me, they didn't send it off.
Have you looked at the fee waiver application though? Have you
This
seen
involves
this?
filling out an application. So
It's the same
No.
as the application that you already filled out, if that piece of paper is filled out in front of you. Just slightly different form.
What are you talking about?
If
That's
you,
an extra form, though. That's what I'm saying. It's
It-
like I have
it
to fill out
is.
extra things and answer extra questions
Well, I
and do
guess-
extra work.
I guess that is the question: is would you rather ask for money or write your name twice?
Would it take less than an hour to do?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I am not worth.
Yes.
I am not worth $35 an hour.
Do you do your taxes?
No.
You have some
plead the
TurboTax
fifth.
going on.
I plead the fifth on that. That's not a question I'm willing to answer you, Murphy. Why the hell?
All
are you
right.
Why are you getting so personal?
Because
need to
your
step back.
taxes could set you free.
Step
on
back.
on your registry fee.
Well, I don't have those.
Well, I've gotten my answer then, I suppose. Sorry for invading your privacy.
Fark that couch, dude. I swear to goodness, there's nobody that posts on Facebook more than somebody with the last name Martin, including myself and Mickey Martin.
Riley.
In fact, I even think that I talked to Mickey Martin in the middle of everything that I was dealing with last night. I think me and him had a conversation.
You don't remember?
No, not at that point. I really don't. it's
I hear you.
really not that funny. But, dude, he's talking today about, oh, sorry, Murphy, I had the camera on you there. Better than being on me, probably, but. So, dude, he making up a bunch of shiz. You know, like, he made Dennis Perone gay. That was one of the most ridiculous over
He
the
wrote all
top
of
ones.
Barry Manilow's songs.
Yeah,
Do
he
you
wrote,
want to? Do you want to read some of them? They're really funny.
he wrote all of Barry Manilow's songs.
He said he
gave me my first song. Is that what he said?
He gave you your first song. He taught me how to ride a bike. He made Matt Rise an asshole.
That's the funniest one that I think I saw. I made Matt Rise an asshole. He's taking credit for everything in the world, basically. Because everybody takes credit for everything.
He is the CIA agent that is so top secret that even the CIA does not know about him. Pablo Escobar used to call him the hookup. He was on the road with Jack Kerouac and Fear and Loathing with Hunter S. Thompson. He started the Seattle Hemp Fest. He taught Jerry Garcia how to play guitar. I made Matt Rise an asshole.
You know what the situation is with Facebook? And when you were saying, like, you don't
Trip
remember.
Keebler was busted with my hash.
Do you know what the thing is with, like, with Facebook, really, and with the situation of, like, if you're drunk Facebooking? I mean, really, it is a diary, but it's not a.
Well,
you
then-
really shouldn't make it a public diary. I mean, at least I can go back on Facebook and look and see through the process of what happened throughout the night because or my thought process, because I definitely record it very well.
Yes, you're reminding yourself. Note to self: stay off Facebook.
Dude, I don't have a computer.
You have to go on Facebook to see that note.
I don't really have a computer or a
Dumbass.
phone right now. Yeah, and then I posted like a million times after that, but it was all business. I don't have a phone or a computer now, so anyway,
Well,
maybe that's why I don't get
Sell you an
invited.
S2. Lightly used.
I might.
Free OtterBox.
she's gonna have to
case.
change the oil in your car and wash your car to like work it off. He doesn't have any money.
Wash your car.
She's gonna have to work it off. Is my point.
My car is pretty dirty though, FYI.
That's
I don't need it washed. I need it vacuumed.
I'm not going to go there.
I have trim everywhere in my car.
You have trim everywhere?
It's a problem.
This might be a money-gaining thing here.
People, please don't put your trim in a trash bag.
You should.
That shit
let's-
rips easy.
You should
Let's
really.
just
you
talk
should
about that.
You should clean out your car if you had trim.
I should.
That could be a really bad situation.
Should do taxes sometimes, maybe. But, you know.
I remember.
Touche.
We can't all be
Miss-
productive all the time.
Touche, Miss. I'm not productive at any point in time. Smart ass. I stopped her right in her
7:10, I'm
tracks.
sassy today.
So what do you recommend?
Murphy's
you
not
put,
quite
What do
yes-
you recommend
you-
you put your trim in instead of a trash
She's
bag?
not used to being called names yet.
At least a 2-ply Ziploc bag.
Just because that just rips easy, or
Yeah, it rips easy.
You guys
it
run the
also implies to me that you did not weigh your trim usually. Very rarely are people weighing it in a trash bag.
so you think they're just guessing?
Yeah, I'll get something that says 5 pounds and it'll be like 1,200 grams. Not the same.
I have weighed stuff like in a big old Tupperware on a scale, and then just dumped that in a trash bag, and
Okay.
then weighed more, and then dumped it. So, but all right, sorry, I won't use a trash bag.
The trash
next time.
bags are real
My bad.
staticky. So there's like
True.
it's coated in keef every time when we get all the trim out.
You can just save that for yourself.
If it wasn't plastic, maybe can we get parchment paper bags and then I could just run the bag?
Why not
too?
just get some sort of electrostatic device that'll suck all that keef right out of the bag? I think they're aren't they?
Does that exist? Look it up.
I'm pretty sure they're keefing with electrostatic devices now.
Yeah.
So, someone will say something. I don't know.
I think they're walking around with trash bags, rubbing them together.
What about
Getting them
brown
staticky.
paper bags? Old
Brown
school.
paper bag is excellent.
That's heavy duty.
And it doesn't trap moisture. That's the other big issue, is that when it's really hot outside or if it's really hot in your garden, if you seal up a trash bag, it gets humid in there from the moisture in the trim if you don't dry it out completely. I also prefer if you dry it out completely.
True, but then there's always that fear of the brown paper smell.
Is that a fear?
I don't know. when you blast your used filters, the oil tastes like brown cardboard,
Well, that
wet
makes
cardboard.
sense.
So
Yeah.
I don't know, just putting wet weed near that similar material makes me wonder. I don't know. Ryan Eads is going to be here, and he's on his way, Tim.
He's on his way.
He's en route. Do you know Ryan?
I do not know Ryan.
I don't either.
I think we're Facebook friends.
Yeah,
me
I
and
think.
Ryan.
Yeah, we all are.
But that doesn't necessarily mean I know you. Sometimes.
That's true. That's a great point. So
So-
people don't decipher anymore, and they just gotta say like my friend, and then talking about someone they know on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Like my friend Tim from Facebook.
Well, then Facebook wants you to separate your friends into groups of who is your close friend. And I feel like, what if my not close friends knew they weren't my close friend? It might be kind of harsh.
It's weird. I don't really participate in that. I don't think.
Me either. I don't filter my friends.
How you doing there? What is in your mouth? I wonder.
Dude, I'm trying to like avoid a migraine. That's what I'm trying to do. So
Oh,
just go
okay.
ahead.
Well, that's about all I had. So you had perfect timing to get back to her on the show.
I'm glad that you can carry the show.
You're welcome.
All right.
Oh, did you smell those headphones or what?
Did I smell them?
Dipping them back in like it's no big deal. People in the room.
It's funny the things that you dig for. Like when you're searching for something to talk about,
I don't search. It just flows, dude.
you
You
just
notice
try and
that?
like punch somebody in the face with something. I don't know. Anyway, it's pretty cool
Sorry
that I
you
got
see
this
it like that.
medical marijuana form and shiz renewed. That's cool.
renewed.
He was like, do you want me to sign a paper again? Because I had mentioned that last time I had gotten screwed up, and I was like, oh, I mean, yeah. And he's just like, it's like I could do it for you. It's easy. So I took care of it very easy. And the fact that I like questioned it was really kind of weird. I was like, all right. Because, like, dude, I haven't needed it till now. And it honestly adds another expense to the freaking list to have to do. I mean, seriously.
It's easier to get it done now than it used to be, though. Your card comes in a timely manner. I mean, it used to be $110.
I never
had
had
card, so
I never had to worry about the time that my card came, because I've had it for so long. I had it before the rush came and before dispensaries opened. So it was, I mean, I always got my card, or I never, well, actually, you know what? When I went to go renew it during the rush,
Yeah. I mean, that affected everyone.
it took a while to get, but it never lapsed. So, and it took way less time than it took for anyone else. Like, it may have taken like 40 days or something like that. So,
Not bad. I
I
remember
never
my
really,
first card took 9 months.
yeah, I know people.
And
I know people that did this shit.
That was the norm.
Forever. Yeah, yeah. Those were the days though that you could go into a dispensary with your paperwork and just show them that and an ID.
Oh, those days.
But really, there's not. That's what I was gonna ask. Is like, there any place I can even
Go ahead.
go
What's
that's
the question?
gonna accept that,
That paperwork?
Miss Dispensary owner?
Not out loud. It's you're not supposed to.
You're not supposed to. Yeah, those are those the new rules.
Those rules passed
Flat
last
out?
July.
So flat out, you can't.
Flat out, renewal paperwork is not valid. Temporary paperwork is valid for only
Okay,
35
yeah.
days, Monday through Friday,
We
9
talk-
a.m. to 5 p.m.
We talked about that.
So
So wait, what if mine? Like, is it a renewal if I've had my card before? Period.
yes,
So yeah, if I've ever been on the registry, it's a renewal.
So get it out today, and you'll have it in 2 weeks.
I don't have any money. Period.
Well, at least you get your paperwork for someday.
In fact, I've even spent my next paycheck.
How do you do that?
You move quick.
I move quick.
Fast times, fast life. I can't stop staring at my paperwork.
it's much more affordable than it used to be though. 35 is a lot better than 110, a lot better than 90.
I got some prescription shiz renewed. They got new prescription things, like the tablets.
They have to
Like
keep you on your toes.
they're like actual, like money kind of, you know? Like, it's got this crazy watermark shiz in it and changes colors as you bend it. That's weird.
Trippy.
It's 5 refills normal. 5. So you don't have to come back and see me. Yesterday I was like, I had to refill the prescription. And this is why I had to go see the doctor, because the doctor was like, I need you to come in before I refill this prescription. And I was like, not in the greatest of moods yesterday afternoon. So I was kind of shizzy to the lady that I was talking to, which I apologized to today. I was like, I'm very sorry that I was a dick. I wasn't that big of a dick. Really, outside of everybody thinking that I'm an ass, I really am a nice guy. I just worry about shiz too much and then take it out on a few certain people. Bike very much included into that.
Yeah, you think?
Everybody on Facebook. And so anyway, I apologized to her, and I mean, I wasn't that bad. I was just like, sorry I made a big deal out about having to come in and refill this. And the doctor was like, he mentioned it, so obviously it was a big deal to her because she told him. Anyway, Fark, why am I talking about this shiz?
Now
All right.
everyone knows.
So I get that sent in and taken care of.
You let us know in August or September when you get that sent out.
It's only valid for 60 days. Send it out within 60 days.
Dude, I don't know when I'm going to have money in the next 60 days.
I told you, dude. Cardboard sign corner.
I'm going to have to...
Evans, Colorado. Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's yours. No one runs that corner.
I'd rather
Cardboard
just...
sign.
I'd rather just whore myself out.
Well, I can arrange some Craigslist action for you if you want.
That might be in
Mike's
order.
been trying to get you an address for a while.
Tim Martin, Craigslist hooker.
Now it's time.
You'd really have to be John Doe at that point.
Hey, man. It's money. Money. All right.
I'll set up an ad just for shiz and giggles and see what happens.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah. Nonchalant. Matter of fact. Yeah.
I want to make it clear that we're also very happy
you
where
wanna
we're
stop.
at iCannabis Radio, and we appreciate the people here at iCannabis Radio a ton. There's a reason why we're back here. So Warren and Georgia got back into town today. Happy that they're back. Kind of felt a little normal last night. And so it's good times that they're back. Warren just waved. That's good timing. He's walking by.
It's meant to be. You feeling some normalcy again?
Yeah. Because I don't do shiz, man. I got to get out of the house more. That's one of my biggest problems is I just don't get out of the house. Today's 710. Why are we not celebrating 710? Let's do this.
There's very limited
I
dabs
think you
going
are.
on.
I think you're in full celebratory force right now.
I don't even have any dabs. Do you have dabs?
I have water hash dabs.
Water hash dabs?
Water hash.
Today is
yes.
710.
I know it is.
That's oil backwards.
But
When it hits the heat, it'll turn to oil.
Are
Yeah.
you going to the Dabs
Oily.
Denver tonight?
Solid maybe.
Maybe. It might be a maybe for me too, but I'll probably end up at Hood Lab for the whole night.
Hood Lab, I would be more down for because
Yeah.
I can walk there.
I hear you. So anyway, that's the big thing. One of the big things that's going on today.
What's going on at Hood Lab tonight?
Yeah, what's the deal?
I think just they're getting ready for the Saturday KMK Cottonmouth Kings Barbecue.
Ah, yes.
We can't leave out biggrowsupply.com. Make sure you check out that site if you need any grow supplies taken care of. The best prices in the entire state of Colorado. And if you're outside the state of Colorado, maybe holler at Colin on their Facebook page, Big Grow Supply, and he might be able to take care of you there, ship some shiz out, or I mean, whatever works for you. Supporting anybody that supports us here at the John Doe Radio Show is a big plus. BigGrowSupply.com. We'll get Colin back in here to argue with me again.
That's awesome.
He's a good guy. And also, big thanks to our friends over at Compassionate Pain Management, CompassionatePM.com. Compassionate Pain Management, a holistic wellness center in Lakewood and Louisville. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You haven't been doing the echo thing in a while, like Lakewood and Louisville. I used to do it, and then you don't do it anymore, so I don't know.
Well, I just cut out the PM doesn't stand for powdered mildew thing, so just the whole shtick went with it.
Which I'm sure they appreciate that a ton.
Tim's like, hey, I'm friends with that guy. Stop saying powdered mildew in their ad. They're trying to sell weed. And I'm like, they haven't said stop, and it's kind of funny. It got old and played out, so we moved on.
I keep getting bummed out about my phone.
I see you just staring off and not listening while I talk. It's disheartening. Not going to lie.
I hope I can get the context off of that.
As it goes on and on and on. He's not even listening.
It's like the only thing that I really gave a shiz that was password protected because there was
dude, that
so
sucks
many.
so bad, man.
Are they synced to your email? Or
That's
Gmail?
what I said to him. I'm like, well, your phone is so important and people would pay to have your contacts. You must have it backed up twice somewhere. Just go to your first backup spot and get them.
Actually,
Oh, I didn't have them backed up.
I think I do, but
I'm
the
not
thing
even
is that it
sure.
doesn't record the service I used didn't record all the phone numbers, so like it for some reason didn't include the phone numbers.
Who's your service provider?
And it was this weird. I didn't have a service. provider.
Gigawatt Telecom.
It was from AT&T.
Okay, we'll go to the AT&T store. They got a little thing. We plug it in.
No, I'm gonna try and plug it into my computer and try and get it because I think it's just the screen.
The computer that
can.
won't start?
The computer here. I still have a
Oh.
PC in the office.
I see.
So hopefully I can get that. God, boring ass 710.
You're having a boring ass 710?
No, I'm making it boring.
Thanks for everyone. From everyone.
So, wherever you are, hopefully you're celebrating this awesome holiday. It was a brand new 420 for Confused, and you're like, what the... It's actually a pretty big day here with everybody in the community, and it's pretty hyped up.
It's like Christmas. Everyone's so
Again.
excited.
For real, and that's what I thought when I first talked about the 420 and how big it was here in Denver. You know, I
How
was
big
like,
is it?
We're gonna have not only the 420 but 710. I mean, it's gonna happen 2-3 times a year, and there's possible like harvest fests once legalization and everything kicks through. I mean, farmers markets, harvest fests around like October, November.
And then what? What's going to be for sale there?
So there could be like weed.
At a farmer's market?
Or at least a celebration of it. Dude, people are going to try and bend the rules as much as they
I know. I just didn't know if you knew something I didn't know about because I don't pay attention to you all the time.
So, and I neither do you.
I
don't.
just treat you how you treat me, that's all.
I
You're
sometimes-
leading the dance.
I'm trying not to get myself worked
Tina.
up about anything you're doing. Tina, go fark yourself.
All right, here's the thing. I'll tell you why I said Tina. It's funny because Tim Martin will show up in my feed, and then I have a friend in Oregon named Tina Martinson, who's a glassblower, actually. So I see her name all the time come up, and I'm like, I see your name in her name. So.
You gotta stop these boring stories.
Done. Ended. Let's move on.
They really don't do anything for me.
It's not you I'm trying to do something for. Such piss you off.
What time do we start the show today?
9 o'clock.
Already 45 minutes in. Dang. Mickey Martin. I gave Tim Martin his first song. Bastard. Earl Hospitality. We should talk about that today.
Do it.
Especially since everybody's wiping all their damn Earl, wiping their dabber off on the password.
That's awesome that you held it up for the camera earlier, so we have to change it.
Nobody had to change it.
Or we should.
Okay, if somebody's here and wants to log in, that got that, then, I mean, go ahead.
Saying.
It's not like you can get into it from outside of this building.
Anonymous could. They'd figure it out.
I don't even know who that is.
Nobody does.
Yeah.
That's why they're called
the point.
anonymous.
That was my. I'm glad you picked up on that.
I'm not going to talk shiz about anonymous.
So what's the Earl Hospitality? What are the rules
What are
does
the
that even
rules?
mean?
for friendly dabbing?
What do you mean? What does it mean? Earl Hospitality, the proper way to dab, the proper etiquette.
Not with your pinky up, you mean?
One of the things that's kind of interesting is, like, depending on where you're at and what group of friends you're in, the ninja dab is also something that comes into play of whether it's kosher or not.
Careful. Don't get ninja dab, Tim.
There's a few people, seriously, there's a few people that, I mean, you have to worry about it every single time you're around them. I'm not kidding you. You have to seriously worry about this shit every time you're around them. And then majority of people, you don't really worry about it. Like, dabbing is, for most people, a very concerted effort to toke. You know what I'm saying? Like smoking flower is a little bit more laid back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
more chill, and dabbing's more like, you know, like more heavy. So, I mean, it's just an interesting type of situation. And so you got kind of like your own little circle, and you're concentrated on what you're doing. You got this torch. You're like ready to take a dab. Most of the people that I know take big ass dabs, so they're usually preparing for that big ass dab. And if you don't take big ass dabs, or you don't dab that often, and you are dabbing, you realize that you're about ready to be in for something. You know, like,
Bike will be like, "Do you want a dab?" And I'm scared now because they're too big of dabs.
I might give you a piece of Kentucky Fried Chicken on a dabber, when you're not looking. Have you seen this yet? I know I keep talking about it. It's so gross.
what the fuck are you talking about? Nobody has a clue.
Prankdab.com.
Prank dab? It's a chicken?
Well, I've seen
Like
a bunch of
Chicken
them,
Crunch?
and they give people dabs for their first time, and they're like, okay, and they put something nasty on the dabber and serve it up to their friends and videotape it.
Boo.
Boo, yes. But it's so
The only
awful.
thoughtful comment I had.
I can't get it out of my head, and it's one of those things you can't unthink.
That's true. That's anti-Earl hospitality.
Oh, by the way, Adam Dunn will also be here Friday. I mentioned that earlier, too. Adam Dunn from TH Seeds
Some good guests this week.
and Hemp Hoodlum. And then tomorrow, there is a 60 Minutes type, I don't know what exact show it is in Australia, so don't ask me. I was just told it was like a 60 Minutes type show.
What's it called?
Shut up. And then...
you seriously don't even know the name of the show?
No, I don't know the name of the show.
Okay, that's probably something you should ask next time.
I was told it's very pro cannabis videographer, which, I mean, that's the best that somebody probably can do and tell you, because whoever gets a hold of the editing footage and however they edit the story is how it ends up being. So, trust me, my first thought was no. Like, I don't... But we don't have any plants involved, nothing like that. So I had to stifle that and be like, okay, fine. I just want to make sure that we're framed right. And it's coming from Matt Brown, who the 420 Tours dude, who's been in like Australian like GQ here recently.
Australian GQ?
Yeah, something like
Isn't
that.
GQ like Worldwide Magazine?
They have an Australian shiz, and other magazines in other places they're not the same thing here, dude. They don't. The same magazine that comes here is not the same magazine you get in Australia.
You can
do realize
actually you can see like covers of our magazines like Glamour or Cosmo or whatever in other countries. They actually don't airbrush them as much, and there's different dress codes and policies like that. The
It's just
censorship
the
is very different,
Advertising would be different, I assume.
Yes.
and the language.
You guys are so smart.
And the different chemicals in the soil in that part of the world.
What's strange is that the garden that we have at home, speaking of soil, the garden that we have at home, is like exploded. I mean, potatoes are like flowering. I didn't even know potatoes flowered. It grew up like a damn big ass
It's like a bush.
plant, and then there's like a couple flowers and shit that comes off this damn potato plant, and then the tomato plants are like huge. And the next door at the grow store, grow your own. The soil is just shiz, and they're like barely moving. It's so frustrating to look at. You're like, dude, this is a grow store. This soil is crap. It's right next to Evans though, and not too far from I-25.
Stream's down, by the way.
Adam Milanakis, what?
You heard me.
Adam Milanakis hosting the Dabs of Denver tonight. He said he's here, and I'm here. You can come down to the studio if he was here. Post that on my shiz.
What should I say?
Come down to the studio.
Why don't you just comment?
Continue to talk about dabs.
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 So
I'm out of preparedness today. I don't have a lot of dabs.
I'm just not like a circus clown. I can't like. Someone says, "Or talk about this."
well, here's the thing, dude. You
My
do
brain's
host a
like,
radio
fuck
show,
you.
so you need to be able to roll
I know,
with
and I
shit.
sidekick.
You notice
I
how
don't know.
like many things I can roll with and
It's 'cause
bounce
you're
and talk.
professionally trained
Just
and
good at-
schooled.
Just good at what I do.
I saw a picture of you holding your certificate
I'm just good at what I do.
with your tiny little chin beard.
Chat room may have some tips for you on dabs and stuff. So, all right, back to dabs.
Yes.
Here's another thing too that I suggest you guys get. If you're at all, the container situation is just crap most of the time.
What do
Right?
you mean?
As far as
Containers are shit.
Oh, for packaging hash?
Yes.
parchment paper, yeah.
No, that's a stupid fucking idea too. That needs to go away. Yeah, the parchment paper
What's
thing
wrong with that?
needs to disappear. Like, stop selling your shiz with the parchment paper.
Why?
Like, because that's one of the worst. Like, at least that's a little bit better than plastic, I guess, because it sticks to the plastic a lot of the time. Your dabs do. Wax, not so much. More shatter and oil. The real errl. It's something that kind of changed my my situation with that was the no goo or the oil slick. They're little, they're no stick containers, dude.
I like them for the hash inside, but so much crap sticks to the outside that drives me nuts. Like dog hair sticks to the outside, and they're staticky.
I haven't really had that issue, but I haven't
carry a
looked.
Which
purse.
one are you talking
Carry
about?
a purse. The no goo container, the little soft, flexible silicone one.
I think I left
what
my
I'm talking about?
container in the other room. I have a green one. Yeah, it's
You
never
do.
ever like got dirty ever.
Mine was cool
What are you
on the
pointing at? What are you-
inside.
The rig, please.
What this? What is this? Worm?
The rig?
Thank you.
Oh, did not see it. Did not see it.
Thank you. And that torch. To be
So
great.
getting Earl all over my medical marijuana form, send it off to him, and be like,
It's how
dab
you,
my
it's
form.
how you submit.
That's another thing. Is also speaking about other products and talking about wiping your dabs off of on things. There's a few different places that you can get, like the Earl, what's the dab rags or whatever they are. Mm-hmm. That company, and then Tricky's company.
I got one of them.
Not Tricky's company, but like I guess it's Tricky's company with his wife Karina. They have these really, really cool like
Stitched.
handkerchiefs, cloths, things,
Handkerchiefs. They're much heavier duty than a handkerchief.
and all nicely sewn out and awesome patterns and cool stuff with them. So that's another suggestion: is if you dab a lot, do that. But here's the thing: clean up after yourself if you dab.
Everyone has at least one sock on their foot. You can always wipe the dabber off.
I've done that once or twice, but the thing is, you ruined your sock from that point on.
I like
No,
the.
you can still use it for wiping other things, like a rag.
You're an idiot.
I like the little alcohol swipes. You know what
Pipe
I'm talking
wipes?
about? Yeah. Just a little alcohol swab wipe that comes in a little container, pocket size.
Dude,
Throw
why
a
do you
few in
feel
your
the
bag.
need?
Because it's like
Why do you feel the need to like launch the flame down onto the joint?
not into the joint on top of the nail surface because there's always a little char.
Well,
there,
deal with
and
it.
I just push it off.
Or swipe it out with something else, dude.
Swipe
You're
it
a
off.
freaking jackass for trying to like put the flame on it.
Look
and
at me.
clean
I'm
it out
trying to
like
hit the
that.
microphone.
You idiot. I wish I had the camera on you when you did that. Derek did that one time. And I did. I got a picture of it. It reached down to go hit the bong and put his mouth on the mic. Dude was so high.
I just did it.
I gotta say though, nobody has hooked me up with more Earl or greens than Derek has. So, big shout out
Go
to
Derek,
that,
yeah.
dude.
The
He's probably gonna use his soapbox to blast me. That's what he's meant with that thing.
the amount of oil smoking that was going down on Monday in here, like I'm still
I got.
Oh, you were
yelled
here?
at.
in disbelief. Yeah.
I couldn't even see you. It was so smoky in here.
Dude. I got yelled at for that shit.
I got a lot. Aw.
It's a place of business. We can't be fumigating the whole place while everybody's doing work here.
Even if you turn on
I
that
couldn't do any work.
carbon
afterwards.
filter, it wouldn't have even helped. It was redonk. It stunk. It smelled like a flower section in here.
Looks like Claude the Candyman found from Sweet Stone Candy found an apartment.
Congratulations.
Sounds like he's pretty pissed off about that.
Yeah, he wants a house so he can grow. But he probably needs a place code quick, so.
I had a bunch of ideas that I should have wrote down for the dabbing etiquette.
Well, chat room. What's your dabbing etiquette?
That's why
What are
I-
your rules in your living room?
That's why you should write shiz down. Another thing here is also, hey, I got something.
Yeah.
Can you give any other input besides just being a pain in the ass for me?
You said you got something. I'm like, yeah. Let's hear it. Sorry, asshole.
I just, like I said, I enjoy
Hey.
being an asshole to certain people.
Right on.
Actually, when I go over to the grocery store, he's constantly giving everybody shiz over there, like nonstop, 24/7, just piling crap on. In fact, the other day I started to annoy the crap out of myself. So I stopped for like
Give
20.
yourself some shit for a little while.
No. I was just annoyed. I was like giving so much crap and being so damn fucking annoying that I actually got to myself. I was like, dude, everybody around you probably hates you right now. Like, what are you?
You're like, I better start punching myself in the face.
I really did think about it. I was like, somebody's gonna punch me in the face. It might as well be me. Hey, Jinx. The dome off, dome on. Here's the thing: if you clean your rig all the time, dome on. Because I really hate setting down the dome. I lose shiz when I set it down, and I break shiz when I set it down. God, I'm so fucking bummed about my.
Do you know Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
So bummed about my.
That
rig.
movie, Mickey Martin was the inspiration for that movie.
So it's off or on?
All depends how much is going on in the room, I guess.
Yeah.
Really?
I have a.
By the way, that thing's coming out of here. I'm taking that. I'm gonna
So
clean
you,
it.
so you can break it?
No, I'm gonna set it aside so that it never gets used. Really,
Oh, wow.
because I want to keep it. I already fucked up my first one.
That's it. Get glass and not use it. Make glass and not use it.
Glass is meant to be broken.
There you go. So leave it in here. It's fine.
That's another thing. No, I'm not leaving it in here. We're gonna have to think of another. We're gonna have to think of another rig.
You gonna make a rig with your mind? You're just gonna think of one?
I wish I could get on a lathe for a minute. Like,
You can. Get up to this Fort Collins.
I just need like two.
There's 3 there you can use.
I just need a couple hours,
Fort Collins. Boom.
and we'd be all right. Go make us another one. That's why I'm trying not to get worried about it, but I just don't know when the next time I'm gonna be on the lathe.
Make the base thicker. Like I want the base like that thick, like a mothership base.
Yeah, no, that one's really thin. That's one of the really ridiculous ones.
I know. Totally cheesed out on it.
I have 2 Weeble Wobble rigs that were experimental trial runs from a glass blower. You can set
What's a
them down and
weeble? What's a weeble wobble?
That's
They do not have a flat base, so
Ah.
yeah, it's one that you operate with care. You have to hold it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it was unintentional, but I have them.
Unintentional.
I have them, and I'm used to them because I just I know that I can't set it down, and other people set it down, and it falls over every time.
Most of the bases that I make, and the way I was taught, was a thick base.
It's better.
And then you marver, you heat the around the base, and then marver that biz down. It means flatten it down. I don't know. Anyway, never mind.
Yeah, Marver.
When you're blowing glass and it's on the lathe, and that biz is spinning, and you got a tube here that's connected to the piece. It's like this tube connected to the piece. Bottom of the piece is right there, and then you heat that piece of tube that's connected to the bottom of it. You just heat it like crazy till the fucking thing is completely molten. And then take your reamer, stick it in the hole. I love glass. And stick it in the hole, pull up on it, and flatten it out so that even it out so that you get back to the circular stage that it's at. And the more that you heat that up on the end, the more the glass will condense, and the thicker your foot's going to be. Foot is what I'm talking about. It's the base. I should say foot. So the more times that you ream it open, and that base and the edge is going to be thick. And then you just get it just hot as burning hell, dude. It was the hardest part for me to do in making any of the pieces that I did, really, was the freaking foot. I fucked up so many pieces.
So is that why you made this so thin, just to get in and out real quick?
No, that was just one of the first ones I did, and yeah, it was probably like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, at one point they even thought I was doing it on purpose, just to sell seconds, and I was like, dude, trust me, I'm too much of a pursuit of excellence guy, and no, it's hard, dude, because you have to get that thing so fucking molten hot at the end, and then stick the reamer in, and then smoothly pull up as
it spins,
as it's spinning, so you form the foot on it, and pull all that glass out. Flare it out.
I've seen it done.
It's not the easiest thing in the world to do.
Well,
for some glass
skin
blowers,
just wasn't thick enough at the time.
No, it wasn't probably. For some glass, well, after a while, it probably.
It's not right. Then,
actually, it is probably the easiest thing to do in making a rig.
And right now, you're definitely not ready for some heat right away.
No, I'm good. The gloves are great. Fiberglass gloves. I double gloved it. There's some, dude. I thought it was crazy. Some people would wear the most thin damn gloves in the world, holes in them.
I'm
People
intimidated by glass blowing when I watch people who know what they're doing, how fast they move.
Yeah,
it's terrifying.
Dude, when people come off the bench and onto the lathe, they usually haven't used gloves on the bench. You know what I'm saying? And then you go over to the lathe. Freaking torches, the heat, everything. You gotta use gloves. And it's an interesting learning curve for a few of the glass blowers that I've met. But if you're a good glass blower, the crazy thing is, man, you just pick it up. You either have the talent or you don't.
Let me ask you this: how much blowing is actually involved?
There's quite a bit, because it's all
percent-wise.
Pressure.
10%. Is it when you make are you blowing 10% of the day or half the day?
You've got this shiz, if you have a rig and it's hooked up on the lathe. That thing's pretty much
like in that thong picture. You had a
up.
thing in your mouth coming out. You were blowing in the thong.
You're an idiot.
I'm just being descriptive.
It's a blow tube.
Okay, a blow tube.
And don't just use an excuse.
I wasn't.
Bring up.
You had it in your mouth.
And by the way,
that picture.
Just forget about the picture. It's old, dude. By now, you think it's something new.
It's a reference point. Haggis, you got anything new? No, not that he can hear us. The
you
chat
need to
room's
do
down.
some prep yourself.
That is my prep.
Yeah, looking to other people, exactly.
To the talented. I'm just a talent coordinator.
Not even that.
Gotta try.
You try nothing. You show up.
You're welcome.
All right. I'm just talking today. Wonderful 7/10 day. Murphy's
July 10th.
doing business on her phone.
I am. I've got a lot of business going on.
You weren't with us yesterday. It's
No,
disappointing.
I'm sorry. I missed. It's disappointing for me as well. There are many parts of this job that are so J-O-B.
Bike thought you got kidnapped.
Well,
By-
just
by
your
whom?
your wording was strange. When Tim read it on the air.
That's what we were trying to find out. I didn't read everything she passed me on the air.
Oh, maybe that was why you didn't tell me it was out of context.
No, that's... I read that message, but then the responses she gave me, other than you're okay. I didn't want to
I was
reveal
not
her
kidnapped.
security... Her
Thank you
security,
for your concern.
Plans and everything else like that for her own business. Anyway, wait, yeah, what was I saying?
You're gonna tell us about.
You don't listen to anything, dude.
I could give you suggestions, but you're just gonna be like, shit it.
Maybe if you actually do work, then I'll stop giving you crap and like stop being annoyed with you during this time period that I have to like flop around like a fish. Because there really is not any news today.
Well,
None.
luckily it's 33 past the hour.
Brainstorm.
The
Yeah, but we
second
started
hour.
the show like 15, 20 minutes late. Whoa.
Not everyone knows that.
All right.
So besides Dabs of Denver, that's at the Oriental, right?
I think so.
And so then what's going on at Hood Lab tonight? Anything specific? What are our
Dabs
Others
of
getting ready.
Larimer.
Dabs of
I
Lab?
thought we already covered this.
Okay. Well, maybe. I might have missed it because I was late.
Did we cover it when you were here or not? No? I don't know. I shouldn't be talking about remembering something because I very rarely remember anything. All right. No, I don't know. It's just chilling over at the lab, and
Oh, word.
I'm sure if people want to come over and hang out, help out, do whatever, then they're welcome to. I do have a little bit of an issue, though.
Oh no, here we go.
Shut the fuck up.
I told Tim to just shut the fuck up about this himself.
No.
No.
Dude,
I'm
I'm going to mute you because, seriously, like,
I can't have a
I
different
don't care about
opinion
your
than
opinion
you?
right now. No, I'm not on this.
Whoa.
Now you just pissed me off because now you're going to making me look like an idiot.
No, I'm not, because
When
I
you
have a
don't know.
different opinion. Your opinion maybe trumps mine. Who the hell knows? It's an opinion, dude.
No, that's the problem.
It's more
though, is
articulate than you. It doesn't matter.
You didn't even allow me
I know
to get
it.
to it.
Because I know it. And
You
it
jumped.
irks me.
Yeah, exactly. You did know it. So let me get to it and then give your opinion. I don't even give a shiz about it now.
Me neither. Moved on. Yay.
So in the dark.
Oh, I'm pissed off that we reached out to certain people. We reached out to the 710 Cup. And not so much Dabs of Denver, but I mean, for someone talking today on Facebook too about how, let bygones be bygones and forgiveness be forgiveness, as far as regarding the Dabs of Denver and have a good 710, really haven't been shown a lot of hospitality from that person, which, I mean, I think it would help them out. And I think in the past that I've been pretty loyal, no matter the feelings that other people have towards this person, specifically talking about Dan, so nobody else is in the dark there. Dan DeSalle, and Dan has been nice to me and kind to me, and has taken care of my med needs quite a bit, and regardless of the opinion of other people. But I am disappointed after I went through my whole situation of things that certain people still weren't sort of in the corner and used maybe certain things that I did in tongue-in-cheek terms multiple times in public, and that's sort of the thing that bummed me out there. But the 710, we truly reached out to these people. I mean, after reporting that, look, in Denver, it's a possibility that at a certain point in time, the 710 Cup and the High Times, everything events like that may be illegal at a certain. I mean, they may crack down on it, just like we were talking about the other day of over worrying about the the paddy wagon and you know, basically a drunk tank for stoners. I mean, over worrying about it, really. But at the same time, I mean, this is something that we've heard, and this is something that, you know, is a real possibility if people don't fight to allow these things to happen. And granted, you can fight the man and still hold these events, you know, like AJ Hashman, for example, in the MMJ meet and greet has completely been successful with an underground event that probably normally wouldn't fly. But somehow the culture of Colorado has got away with that. With legalization, though, specifically pinpointed out, there has been things that people are now paying attention to and are making rules for. It's like, okay, well, if you have this, then it was almost in some ways, and no, I'm not saying it was better before at all, but there are a few rules that it's like, why are you doing this? Like the magazine issue is a perfect example. Banning magazines from being on the shelf, putting them behind the shelf if it's under 21 or not in a dispensary. I mean, that's a perfect example of the ridiculousness. And so a situation like this could happen. So we reported on that. And then they reached out to us and said, hey, we would like to be a part and talk with you and come and do it. So we reached back to them. And Dougie's he's a good friend of mine. I love Dougie. But not only did they say we don't, you know, it was the response of we're just maybe too busy. It's like, dude, come on.
I saw that they just finished getting all the judges packs ready last night.
I tried to get giveaways for it.
Did you hear me?
I didn't even try and get a pass. That's fantastic. I'm glad that they're having tons of things. I'm bitter about it.
You don't see what I'm saying here. That's how busy they are.
And it's going to get back to Ryan.
The Cup starts on Friday, and they're just getting them out done last night.
Yeah, but how many times did we contact them? Dude, a month ago.
10,000.1. There's a lot of work.
Texted Ryan multiple times. And it's going to get back to him. Then we're sitting here bitching and talking shiz about him. And I'm not talking shiz, really.
I mean, these events, though, like the 710 Cup, this is the first one, too. But it is a ton of work
to be a part of.
Okay.
It's a ton of work considering, like you said, you know, that there's the potential that it could be illegal in the future. So there's a lot of responsibility on them to represent it as best as possible.
They came into
first round.
They came into Hemp Connoisseur multiple times, which congratulations to David.
Oh.
All right, I'm sounding like a business.
Oh no, that's the thing. Like if you go through and do something like you just did, and then
I'm not dissing.
And then
by the way,
you get tickets from. Don't you feel like a douche showing up because you got tickets because you cried?
No, I don't. That's not. Dude, the thing is, like, I usually talk about things that are on my mind on the John Doe radio show.
Yes, I hear you.
Good or bad. Just disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't envy anyone trying to put together an event like that, though, because it is a lot of work, and I feel like you almost barely get to even enjoy the event that you put on for everyone else who's enjoying it. So next year.
Maybe I shouldn't say anything, but honestly, ask me if I.
Nah, I wouldn't waste my breath.
I made a concerted effort to try and reach out. There's probably multiple reasons why I'm not hosting events.
Can you
and
imagine?
Out speaking.
Thanks for at least thinking about that option. It might be a possibility.
Dude, I should at least be a social media advisor for what not to do. Right?
You could write a blog.
You could just not necessarily. You could just be the source of the information. You don't have to necessarily write it. It'd actually take some work.
So officially to Ryan, to Hitman Glass, to the 710 Cup, to the Dabs of Denver and everything, congratulations. I'm so proud of everybody that's done what they've done, and it seems like these events are going to be huge. So really no hard feelings. I feel like a failure is the thing. I don't want to feel like a failure when I made an attempt to take care of this shit.
It's on you. You tried.
Dumping
That's
this
all
out.
you can do. If you think you can do everything you set out to do, then you're setting yourself up for failure. It's nice to try.
I'm going to get beat up later today because they're going to show up next door.
Why are you being a pussy on the air?
Bring the torch tubes and torch me. Dougie's a great guy. Fantastic guy. He's done great things for the glass market, too. I mean, Hitman's it's exploded. And the chess book's coup. I was really impressed when that came out. Hitman's chess book, if nobody's seen that. All right, fuck it. It is a 710 day. Thank you for hanging out with us on iCannabis Radio.
July 10th.
The 710 Cup, by the way, going on July 12th through the 14th. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And if you'd like to make that, I think is there still tickets available for that? Or is that one sold out too?
Cheers.
Dabs of Denver also has tickets available tonight. So
I'm not sure about the cup.
And for the record, I'm not pissed about not getting tickets. That's not the issue, dude.
I know you wanted to do a show from there.
No, I didn't necessarily want to do a show from there.
You wanted
I wanted them to
hit
come
grassroots
here.
Thong.
I wanted to promote. I wanted to do giveaway.
Oh, that's asking a lot.
Not really. They were here like 3 times.
In the afternoon,
For the hemp
how do you know
connoisseur.
they don't sleep till 2 in the afternoon and then come in at 3 for hemp connoisseur, dude? You
It's
gotta
not-
think of all the options. You seriously cannot just
Dude,
assume what
you have
someone.
no clue what you're talking about
Yes,
when it comes
I
to this
do.
shit. No, you don't.
I have a lot of common
That
sense
is
and
not
logic.
how. That
You can't just assume. You gotta.
That's
assume
not how you do
validity.
business. This what we're doing right now is not really how you do business.
Well, we're just dissecting it. That's all.
Exactly. Glad you backed me up on at least one thing. Awesome. News today: DC Council bill seeks to decriminalize marijuana. Also, somebody running for mayor in the DC area.
Marion Barry.
No, somebody running for mayor is also on pushing
Crack?
for. God, stop interrupting me with stupid shiz.
Marion Barry. You said running for mayor of DC. I said Marion Barry. That's perfectly logical. You said the person is also on, and I said crack. Marion Barry was also on crack, and he was the mayor of DC. Perfectly logical. Farkey love seed.
Ruling stand. This is from Arizona.
You're from Arizona.
Bike, stop. I'm going to mute you.
Go ahead so I can eat some potato chips.
God. There you go. Medical marijuana patients in Arizona have. What kind of potato chips are those? Seasoned vinegar? God. I feel completely derailed right now. My nerves are shot.
Gotta smoke some hash.
Yeah, I really do need some more hash. I don't have any though.
Well, if you can,
And I'm
if
being
you
mean.
can go anti-oil for a minute, I have hashy hash.
All right, let's smoke that. I already smoked that dab, dude.
Did you celebrate the fact that your doctor's rec does say 710? Did you celebrate that?
I know, that's pretty cool. I did say that, yeah, on 710 I went and got it taken care of. It does, it says oil. If you look at it upside down. Oil. In Phoenix, a new ruling for medical marijuana patients about getting their medical marijuana back. So they have more weight to be able to deal with that. The marijuana banking proposal resubmitted before Congress. I also talked to the doctor today about Jared Polis, about how great of a guy he was. He agreed with me. L.A. marijuana dispensary robbery suspect blasted on the cops.
Blasted.
Pop, 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 pop.
Ah,
Shot at the cops. Crazy, dude.
don't do that.
Like
No
bullet
guns.
holes in the wind, like pat, 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 pat. Like quite a tight circle of shots right there in the windshield. All right, you're back on.
Oh, thank
Welcome
you.
back.
Thank you. Those are some good vinegar chips.
I love vinegar chips.
I don't know if this is the same one that you were talking about earlier. This hash oil.
Ypsilanti, Michigan.
No, this is in California.
Oh man, that's nothing compared to this one.
We'll talk about that one then. That picture that you showed me was
Redonkulous. Check this out.
blasted ass. The whole, like, leveled the whole house.
Aw,
There's video
the
of it.
dog got hurt.
A video of the thing
There's
exploding.
a video of the dog running down the street safely. Got out.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Show me that video.
There's video of the house exploding.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
and the dog running down the street.
Holy crap.
Be safe out there, kids.
And then just absolutely flooding the news today is that news about Trayvon Martin's marijuana use being allowed in court. Like,
You could smoke like
such big
in
news.
court.
I honestly, it's like hard to find other news today because of how many damn stories there were about this. And
It's such a smoke and mirrors story, though, because it's just to distract you. Like,
what do you mean?
Because why is his marijuana use relevant in
Oh,
this
yeah. Yeah, I know.
situation? It's such a irrelevant part of the story to keep talking about. When really, like, this kid is, like let's have some respect. Is kind of my opinion,
Cannon. I agree. We talked about it a little bit yesterday, but if we get to it, then I just read something. I just read the most, dude. Okay, Matt Rise.
Yeah.
The
Let's have him
dab
on the
culture
show.
is about drug abuse, globs, gram dabs, ninjas, etc. Much more than medical use. It is what it is. There still remains a small group of us who care about our lungs. Brittany also commented on my thing. His Ice Princess commented on was like, your lungs are gonna hate you along with your old age. And I was like, what? All right, maybe me specifically. That may be true because fucking asthma that I've had lately is ridiculous. But for people like Emerge, I think he's gonna do just fine. Sorry, I kind of fizzled out there. I need some dabs.
You have some choices. So
What do we
I'm gonna
have?
let you
Wait,
choose.
yes, let's do choice me up.
So I've got a couple different kinds of water hash, and then I'll just put this next to them, and you don't have to look at it if you don't want to. But that's my wax.
I want to look at
So
him.
you can look at it.
I want to hit some of this shiz.
Be nice about it. This one's probably the best one, although it is a little bit of a cornucopia. The real sticky stuff is 38, but then a little 120 got consolidated into there as well.
There's that hash. What is this?
It is also hash.
Oh, I was thinking of what the
Hard H.
strain was. or whatever.
Hindu Kush.
Hey,
is
there's
that
Ryan.
one if
He's
it's
wearing
70?
a blue JDR shirt too.
Woo! Matching shirts.
Move your shiz out of the way so he could sit down. Is this wax?
It is. Yep.
Dude, I don't mind hitting wax.
Give it a try if you want. No,
Did you bring
no
dabs too?
pressure.
Oh, farkin' A. This place just got popping. What's up? The microphone there. Make sure you talk into it, so I don't have to be the mic Nazi.
You got to get up close and personal with these mics.
What up?
We got our friend Ryan Eads here.
Hola.
Which flavor is this?
I thought you were gonna be our intern, Ryan.
Blueberry.
I was just kidding.
They all are.
Why you got a kid like that, dude?
Murphy wanted to be our intern, but she just snuck her way into being co-host.
Yeah.
I get promoted fast.
She's smooth.
And I'm not a very good intern.
Yeah, I'm not a very early riser, That would be really hard for me to get here in the mornings.
Tomorrow we start at 11.
I know that's 11 is not that late, dude.
Yeah, exactly. That's not that late. We're stoner living here.
You're like, for me it is. I agree. All right, yeah, we can't go this whole time this long without dabbing something.
That's terrible. You guys
Official
are not
dab.
dabbing the
Just
whole
today.
time?
No, we
Official
are
dab
a
break.
little bit.
I never have oil is the problem. And
Well, lucky
I like-
for you, I brought you a little oil.
I
can't
like your
bitch anymore.
shirt, dude.
Yeah, that's a compliment to you. Thank you.
We're wearing the same shirt.
Oh, you have the mini slick pads.
Yeah.
See, so we were just talking about Earl hospitality, and here we are
Exactly.
being hospitable.
A term that Tim made
Yes.
up to try to make his begging sound less shabby.
What are you talking about?
People need to be more hospitable with their Earl, so you made up Earl hospitality, because you never have Earl. You're talking about other people.
Even if I had Earl, dude. Even if I had Earl, I'm not gonna pay attention to you today.
All right.
The oil slick
All right.
pads. I think somebody took mine.
You lost him.
I think they are like so popular that Yeah, they just walked off. So
Pads are the tits, though. You can just like.
Well, I like.
Hey, I got a bunch of oil.
You have a whole stack of them too, so you're like on it. Someone gave me one, and I was like, I at least need 2 for the sandwich, like what you
Totally,
had.
you gotta have.
What am I gonna do?
sandwich. That's
Plastic
clutch.
wrap my pad? No.
Fold it in half.
it helps
No,
solve.
It doesn't fold though. It's
Yeah.
like it's springy.
I
It
don't know
helps
if I'm
solve
on
the
camera here,
situation of. It helps solve the situation of broken pieces too, because I mean, if you have an oil slick down, you set your piece. Get used to setting your piece down on top of that all the time. Soft pad. I mean,
That's why I bought the slab. I got the big slab.
yeah.
yeah, they
Super
have
pad.
have
There you
big
go.
old slabs that you can get, and then setting the dabber down is another thing I meant to cover.
Oh, that is actually.
That's
See,
huge.
I kind of agree with errl hospitality or like errl
Manners.
manners. There you go. You know, it's like
Ethics.
stoner etiquette.
Yes,
You know?
it is.
Etiquette, there you go.
Yeah, like you got to clean the dabber after each hit. You can't leave somebody your old errl hit,
Yeah, let me see that torch, will you?
especially
I
if you're
will.
changing flavors.
And yeah. So I mean, when you sit down, I mean, a lot of people though they wipe off the dabber. So that's something. If you have the
you
ability.
say that, but I've seen a lot.
I pass,
Oh, dude, I don't ever.
pass a dirty dabber. No problem. Here you go. You wipe it off.
I don't ever wipe the dabber. Really.
What is it a waste? What if someone wants to smoke that activated oil on the end of the dabber? It's just gonna make the next taste
If
funny.
you
That's
really
true,
want
too.
to save it for somebody, you could wipe it on a nug or like
Boom.
joint papers.
I used to do
and then
that.
Donate that.
When I had a ton of Earl and I was still smoking a
To a
lot
good
of
cause.
flour,
Yeah, I don't want it.
I'd roll up a joint and then just like wipe it on the joint paper every time.
That used to be my
And dude,
thing.
it get lit as fark.
Exactly.
Holy crap. Yeah, it's fun.
I used to be nasty and like clean the dome with that, you know. Back when there wasn't a whole lot of Earl, it was like, man, I need this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that no more.
My
I
domes.
still do that.
I get sloppy. I had a whole bunch of domes. Like my first rigs, I have like my Weeble Wobble rigs that don't stand up and stuff. And my first domes were like humongous domes with tiny holes in the top. And so I just
those are the
shoved my
worst.
dab all over the inside of the top of the rim every time. I just like completely
You waste a lot of Earl.
miss. Yeah, so don't do that.
Those old glass blowing days.
Yeah, it's
Before-
better now.
Yeah. I remember when the side feed domes were first starting. Those
Oh
were-
yeah, when dabbing first came out and it was like the domes on the side. Dude,
That was the worst.
There's some weird stuff going on.
There was-
It's getting better.
I still
Still
have
see
one. I
those.
have one in the other. I have one in the office.
Art piece, like heady pieces like that.
Dab in there.
Yeah. Sorry, the dabber's dirty. Speaking of that, and sorry, this piece is dirty too.
Gonna have to bring you a new rig in here and everything.
That's my rig. I made that.
Oh,
And then I broke my shower head I made the other night.
which
Or
one is
the
that?
last
Was
night.
that with the funky
Damn.
bass on it? That one?
No, this was my nice one. This was one actually that could have been sold.
That was a second.
It was a
Or
first.
Third.
It was a first.
The first, second.
Actually, Swagger
I mean,
was pretty pissed that I took
How
it.
does
but
that qualify if like you're blowing it? Is it a second or a first?
Because it's
Third?
not production quality. If there's something wrong with it, like anything's a second if you fark it up and it takes you a second time to do it. And especially if it's like cracked. I mean, you can fix a lot of things and then it ends up in a production. But that's what. Why is that what you meant? Is what is a second? What qualifies as a second?
Yeah, that's exactly what.
There's some kind of
actually.
flaw usually in it. So
Ooh, I can hear the torch through my headphones.
Like a check,
That's,
Tim?
that's what our listeners listen in for.
yeah, like a check. You always
Smooth
should.
sounds of
You should
torching.
see. He does it too. Fucking hate that.
What? Lift up?
No, put you
The surface area.
the
I do
flame
it too.
down onto the joint. When you do that, the
That-
heat is blasting onto the top of the joint, and that's
That-
how it cracks.
If you were going down like that, I would understand.
You
your
were.
concern.
You were.
I don't know the angle was that intense to worry about.
All
if,
right.
if it was quality glassmanship, we shouldn't have to worry about it.
Exactly.
It's the joint that joint.
Ah, balloon knot.
Whatever, dude. That
I've
joint.
smoked oil for 4 years on thousands of pieces. I've only broken one joint.
I know, man. I've seen only
Crap-
like 2 of
crappy.
them do it.
Tim thinks he's gonna live to be 1,000, and he wants to make sure that joint is around
just can't
to
w-
hold a nail.
I just
to the
worry
last
about everything.
days.
Swagger uses good joints. I've never seen any of their joints break.
I was I
Jedi dab, anybody?
Yes.
do
Please,
definitely. I want another one.
Sir,
I definitely worry about too much and then ruin shiz around me for everybody
Go
else.
figure. Yes.
See, the other thing with the dirty dabber, when you put a dirty dabber into clean oil, you get nastiness.
You get that black mark.
residue.
And bigger than that, I'll let you do whatever
Yeah,
you want.
yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
Here, I'll let you get whatever you want.
Oh, don't say that to me.
Go
I'll just
whatever
slap
you
dab.
want.
Dude, he will take a gram dab.
Go for it. I brought a bunch.
No, I'm not. I'm no emerge.
I
Dude,
don't
have you seen
even want to
Emerge?
think about
I
a
didn't
gram
get a chance
dab.
to see it. I was sick in the morning.
It was crazy.
It's pretty
It
awesome.
was the biggest dab. Well, and he just kept going. He's like, one grab, dab, boom, and then just like kept dabbing. Or welding we learned about
Yeah,
when he
welding.
was here.
The
See a
welder.
He just, welding is just heating and,
That's
just
what he calls it. when
Heating
John's
the nail.
trying gloves.
heating the nail, dropping oil, and just
You don't-
smoking out
Sucking from
a
right
legal
above the nail.
office.
You don't have the dome. That nail fell down too.
Tim is noticing the height of the nail and also waiting for me to go down on it, so he can yell at me. But I'm not gonna.
Sometimes bikes fucking with you is just as entertaining. If not
I
more.
think so too, because I can't even remember what we're talking about. So I
Hey.
got a distraction.
Warren Edson has an article in the Daily Doobie.
Oh, yeah?
In a picture as well, and there's the
see.
pinball machine behind him.
Yeah. Check that out at
Photo taken on
dailydoobie.com.
site.
And big thanks to WarrenEdson.com. Criminal defense, cannabis consultation, or family law taken care of here
Murray.
at WarrenEdson.com.
Tiny dab.
You got a dab today.
Tiny dab.
There's an interview
Dabs
with
are
him.
good for you.
That's cool.
It's
We
clean.
gotta have like an evening show. I could take more dabs, maybe.
An evening show?
That's what I said to Tim.
That's a horrible
You want to
idea.
go 11 p.m. to 1 a.m.?
Ah, crap! My first horrible idea.
Do you think he's in rough shape today?
Usually have good ideas.
Yeah, it's the reason behind the horrible idea.
I actually wouldn't do bad with an evening show, but I don't think that's gonna happen. We would. It would.
He would do a job.
We would have to do it at like we'd have to avoid the times that these people already have shows going on,
So it would have to be like 9 p.m.
or reschedule them.
Or
Help. Is there a safety that I don't see?
yes.
Where is it? Oh, just down here.
Oh, I had the camera on Murphy too.
Don't do it. I'm a terrible dabber. I smoke joints. Watch me roll a joint.
I'm gonna keep the camera on you while
Can
you
we
dab.
can we smoke ganja in here or only dab?
No joints.
Man, disappointment. I brought some awesome ganja.
What
We
kind
can
of
after
ganja?
the show. We can go in the other room. I'm sure Greg
We-
would appreciate a few hits too.
We can look at it and talk about it and break it up.
Sweet.
Tim, that's your new stick, anyways. Remember?
Yeah, I know. We need to.
I guess we should show off the Earl we're dabbing first.
The Earl. Hold on. I want to.
You good?
I want to see Murphy dab here.
It's not a public
Dun, dun,
activity.
dun.
You feel vulnerable, like
It's
you're
just
sitting
made
on
it
the
a public
toilet.
activity.
Don't look at me when I'm dabbing. It's like taking a dump.
This is not going to be an often thing that we see.
I don't know. Some girls might look cute taking a dump.
Whoa.
Some
That's
dudes
way
like
too
that.
much
It's
information.
no big deal.
Just sitting on a toilet. It's like sitting anywhere else except there's a toilet under you except for a chair.
Dude,
I
that
like
is
your logic,
way too
Ryan.
much information.
I like the
Yeah,
logic.
it's just lady with pants off,
Seriously.
I guess. So.
Holy cow.
I mean, if you've been with your chick long enough, she's sitting on the toilet. It's the same thing as her sitting
That's
in
the
bed.
true test of a relationship, though. Is open farting and
Yep.
I
open
know.
bathroom doors.
I have a problem with
Telling
the open
Open
farting
Dumping?
thing because I think that should be okay from the get go.
Yeah.
Because it's not comfortable to
Well,
hold that.
you
in.
can
No.
set that standard. It's not healthy to.
No, there's
it's
most
actually not
chicks.
good for you at all.
Most chicks are like
It
hell.
tastes
no.
really good, by the way.
Hell no.
Very, very nice.
That's from my garden.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What kind of oil
Follow
is
the
this?
process all the way through.
That's Jedi Kush.
Oh hell yeah.
And this is the bud to go with it if I can find the damn jar.
Jars on jars. On JDRs.
Go ahead and
My camera here.
let's see here. The camera's right there. Whoa. You scooted up. It's really not the best camera in the world to be showing off high, awesome shiz. Let me see the rig in the.
Ah, yes, of
He
course.
looks towards the door.
That's why
I
I, like
did
the
too.
mic.
I'll tell you why. Did I tell you? There's a story that goes along with that. I was in a boat, in front of a boat, just like a 20-foot boat in a lake in Maine, not too long ago, 10 years ago or so. Yeah, my buddy driving the boat. I'm facing him, and he's driving. And he's like, "Wave," and I'm like, "Wave." And he's like, "Wave, wave," pointing at me, and I'm just like waving. And the next thing you know, the wave he was talking about hit the front of the boat and soaked me. So that's a story that reminded me of that.
Get the camera turned around, because right now we can see Tim's appropriate way to heat a nail.
To shoot it right at the back of my
Let
laptop.
everyone know.
Dude, it's not going to do
It's
anything.
steaming, dude. It's all melty right here. Feel it.
It's not going to do anything.
This is a supersized laptop. You usually have a tiny one.
I used to.
Where's your tiny
He went and got a new
laptop?
one.
I donated it to a
To who?
child.
To a child?
Yeah.
Aw.
Child.
You know
that
So
needs
they
a
could play
computer.
Spider Solitaire too.
No, I think he's gonna play Minecraft on it.
Spider Solitaire, man. No Minecraft for me.
No, me neither of those for me.
You never know. You could have given it to like a young hacker in training, and he could be.
I may
set.
have. You could
He
keep
hacked into the
practicing.
JDR computer already.
Yeah,
Because now he has the password.
It's a 1 gig hard drive on that laptop. I don't know how much damage he's gonna do.
Well, it could have this awesome soundboard on
Can
it.
it even
and you
run?
could change it up?
It was all
Can it
deleted.
even run Minecraft? Dude,
Yeah,
that,
oh yeah.
Dude, that was really
Definitely.
good. That was really
Yeah,
good.
very tasty.
Very smooth.
You're welcome.
Happy
oh man,
710.
that hits you.
Yeah,
That hits you
finally.
too. Ooh, ooh wee.
Ooh, look at him.
I like that.
Yeah,
That
Jedi's
nice
really
feeling,
nice.
dude. Deep
That
down.
was the Jedi.
Yeah, that's a Jedi.
I like that.
Let's see what else I brought.
I feel good.
Word.
I'm gonna get my ass kicked so much for
About time.
continue. We are gonna have to change the time of the show because
We are.
the
Let's
business
talk
hour
about that.
time of what? We need to seal off this room.
Are we gonna have? Oh, there's.
Nastiness.
I would have so much
See
more
this?
irrelevant content if I was
Turn that
smoking
camera.
joints all the time. I'll tell you that much.
Ugh.
With
This-
the joints
this is
is
what
never
happens.
gonna be a
That's
possibility.
This is what happens with bad
dirty
dab
dabber.
etiquette.
What happened? Oh, did you
You
get
get
Earl all
thumb.
over your hand?
Yeah, look at this nastiness.
Oh, because you handed back the
Sticky. That's why I carry the alcohol wipes usually.
Awesome.
I have an empty one.
That was what I forgot.
Alcohol
I
wipes.
have like
You're on
a
it.
grip of pipe wipes from the Denver Cup, but I still just have never think to use.
I'm just cool
They're
with
so
all the got vape
convenient.
dudes.
But they're
This
like
have a
too
bunch.
small. They're like that big.
Oh, that's tiny. You need the fold out kind.
Yeah,
That's-
the
I
little
think these were the
foldable square.
samples from the
This is
cup.
gonna be the last day that we're allowed to toke in this room. Because I don't want to have to worry about it anymore. It's 7:10 now.
Tim. Well,
Why would you say so?
I just see things going around. We're inside a
understand.
business and a lawyer's office.
Just let it be known. This morning,
patience.
I'm gonna put up a sign: no toking.
when
during
I
business hours.
when I got here, I went in the other room where the rig was, and I started dabbing, and then I came in here.
all right,
and
all right.
Tim
all right,
said.
stop, dude. I don't need to hear what the story is.
Tim said.
All right, I'm not letting you talk. Marijuana advocates in the district have a friend on the D.C. Council. D.C. Council member Tommy Wells unveiled a bill Wednesday morning that would decriminalize possessions of small amounts of marijuana, according to WUSA 9. Under the bill, anyone caught with less than 1 ounce of marijuana would face a civil penalty and a $100 fine. Under current law, possession of marijuana is a misdemeanor offense. And yes, I do violate my own rules with that, because I hate it too. But it's something we got to do. This off-air conversation was not for on air.
Well,
No, I admit I hypocritical.
thank you.
So shut the fuck
It's
up.
Tim's fault. We can't smoke in here.
Well, that's not my fault,
Yes, it is. You're the one who said bring the rig in here today, and I said no, and you said bark it.
dude. What did I tell you? Like, continue something that I told you not to talk about.
Sorry. What happened again?
Yeah, because your mic's off now for the rest of the show. Go ahead and leave.
Okay.
I'm kidding. Not really.
I know.
Murphy's like all dabbed out now.
I am. I have like urgency to complete business now. I feel less productive.
She's like all quiet. All right. Let's kind of chill on the dabs till we're done with the show. God, 7:10 and we have to do that. We got to think of some solution for this.
Mr. Responsible today. Being
That's the end of the
super
show.
responsible.
Thanks for coming.
How much more time do we have?
Seconds.
Like 20 minutes. So we were talking about the marijuana decriminalization bill that was possibly going to be proposed in Washington, D.C. Once you have a marijuana charge in your record, says Councilman Wells, you cannot participate in certainly the construction boom that is happening all over the city, and it works to stigmatize people and it disadvantages them from jobs. A report by the ACLU in June found that D.C. leads the nation in marijuana arrests per capita, with a rate more than 3 times higher than the national average. The ACLU also found that nationally, African Americans Oh, I can't breathe. See, I told you. The dabs kill me sometimes. You guys are all quiet and dabbed out now. Oh shit.
Yeah, we got half the room muted.
Yeah, you can't expect me to talk on no mic.
Sorry, I didn't realize that I had pushed that button also.
I got you dabbed out.
I'm doing fine. I just need to shut off my brain.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
I'll punch you in the head if you don't want to punch yourself in the head.
I'll give you a bigger Jedi dab for that.
I know.
And some
I
blueberry.
think you
mix them.
The problem is with you punching me in the head is I don't want in any way to
softly.
I don't want in any way to give you any satisfaction in anything. Really,
I'll be pissed at you. You're making me do something that you can do easier.
You would get. Slight
I'd be angry at you. I wouldn't be satisfied.
You would get slight satisfaction.
I'd be like, this lazy bastard's making me punch him in the head when he can just reach up and punch himself in the head. He's right there all the time. Now I gotta get up and punch you in the head. Count to 10 before I hit you so I don't knock your skull off.
When I was in the doctor's office, I was reading a story about Butterbean in like ESPN magazine or something like that. And dude, I mean, it's amazing. I can't imagine ever getting punched by that guy. If he
I'm not him, so let me punch you in the head.
He blew his hip out in his final fight, throwing a punch and missing a guy. That's how big that big old dude goes hard in it.
He's a big guy. The last thing I ever heard about him was the whole Johnny Knoxville Jackass fight.
Oh yeah, Johnny Knoxville and the Jackass. They asked Mike Tyson to do that, and Mike Tyson said no.
So they went to Butterbean?
And Johnny Knoxville got a concussion from that. And he said it was the most painful concussion he's ever had.
Yep, I remember that.
Dude.
I'm not getting punched for a living.
I won't hit you that hard.
In like Jackass,
come on,
the movie, is this what we're talking about? They go inside this department store and Johnny Knoxville and Butterbean box it out.
If you can call it that. It's more like Johnny Knoxville gets knocked the fark out.
Yeah, he did. Ryan makes hash too, by the way. That's
I don't know what you're talking about.
Extra special for him to come here.
Yep, I do. I made this hash that we were dabbing.
Yeah. Why you didn't want anybody to know that?
No, I was just kidding.
All right.
Well, everybody can know that. I also grow my own ganja. It's for my own personal medicine.
The hash maker that actually
got
grows
my
his
renewal.
own weed.
Nice.
Tim does to show off.
My renewal today.
I got my new renewal
today.
I'm also a caregiver.
Today.
Nice.
He still doesn't want to acknowledge the fact that he's like a hash maker that grows weed and is a caregiver. Tim's like, got my renewal.
Hey, that's a good
And I'm a caregiver. Today!
What'd you get your plant
Total
for?
denial.
I'm not telling you anything.
Nerdine.
Oh, come on.
Ow.
You don't have to say it out loud.
He's embarrassed that he got
nerdine.
Nerdine.
Huh?
You didn't get anything
18.
good? 18. 18.6.
Yep.
It's awesome.
I just hate that 30% thing. It's like the only way to...
What do you mean 30%?
Like, you get 1/3 of your count is what you can hold in ounces.
Who did that math, though, you know? Because
Yeah, how the hell do you figure that math?
If you literally have 3 plants in flower and you only are walking around with 2 ounces, don't grow your own herbs.
Yeah,
like, that's
straight
bad
up.
idea if that's the
Straight
best
up.
you can do. So, who did that math?
Wait.
You know?
But that's not necessarily true. There are patients that in court have won,
I
and there
flower
is precedent.
I flower for 10 months before I veg for 10 months before I flower, so my plants are the size of a bus.
Because you have
So
affirmative defense to
my
say
3
I have
plants
more,
get
but
99 pounds.
I've seen people. There's been people that have beat it.
The whole.
But they
my
had to go to
issue
court
is-
to beat it, and that
right.
sucks.
My issue is
They shouldn't
I
have
have
never
a very
had to go
close
to
friend
defend
who I
that.
don't want to put. On
Not all of
blast.
them have gone to court.
I have a buddy who went to court and lost.
No,
In
I understand
Lakewood.
that there's people that have lost too, but I mean, you have to
In
really,
Lakewood?
In Lakewood, and the problem with it was that he had trim. He had a few pounds of trim that he was converting.
Make
and
your hash
extracting
right away.
into hash.
Oh yeah, I
I
remember
mean
that.
that's you can try, but
I know
Well, that's
who-
where
I know
the
who you're talking
60
about.
that's where the 64 rules make a lot more sense because you can grow your 6 and then you can have what you have at home and you can only carry around an ounce. That's far
Right.
more reasonable.
right.
in
And
my
that's how I
opinion.
interpreted the law at first.
Then
but
your total possession limit being 2 ounces
Right.
with medical is just with a standard plant count, you know.
apparently it's up to the DA because in Lakewood DA he chose to prosecute as what your card says.
Each
is what you can
situation
have
is
total.
different. Each situation is different. It depends
Sure.
on if you have a doctor to come in and back up everything that's gone on. It depends on your medical history. I mean, for sure. But yes, it's 6 plants, 3 flower, 3 veg, and 2 ounces. Anything over, you are definitely risking. You're throwing the dice a little bit, but then after legalization goes through, You can really have as much weed as you want as long as it's in your house.
Exactly.
Yeah, that came
And you're
from my
not acting
plant.
ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Redunculous.
I'm liking that. I'm digging some real freedoms, you know.
Yeah.
It's the way it should be. It's a plant that produces itself. If you were to throw a seed outside and it were to produce, 10 pounds, you would have no control of that. That's just the plant's
Well, and
genetics
it's
Whoops.
how it
it's
grew.
such a new problem for a bunch of legislators to try and start regulating. They've not been trained for this, and so it is. I feel like it is getting better with with new laws passing, and they seem to be gaining a slightly better understanding.
Yeah. Also, though, some people that are trying to capitalize off of. Okay, well, we did this. Now, let's pass this.
Yeah.
When it's not an issue, wasn't an issue before, but now it becomes an issue, like we were talking about earlier.
Right.
What I missed earlier.
I don't even remember.
We yelling and
DUID
screaming.
would be one that comes to my mind when you
Yeah.
talk about that.
The porn mag thing.
The porn mag.
That's really
Yeah.
what we were talking about.
No,
These
they're figuring
voices,
it out.
These voices.
Yeah, things that shouldn't be issues. I definitely wish we didn't have to worry about DUIDs.
The DUI thing is something honestly, the first time I've consciously thought about something in Colorado as far as marijuana and concern in a long time. I mean, you always worry about, after I got busted, I always worried about taking weed with me wherever I went. I mean, I always usually kept my pipe and my weed in the house. Like, it just became a habit because when I was on probation, I didn't want to ever have to deal with any crap with that or whatever. But now, I mean, that's something that seriously, I mean, if you get pulled over, I mean, wearing my JDR shirt, I mean, there's a good chance that you're going to get hassled.
I took stickers off my car.
The last couple of times, I mean, yeah, that's what, I mean, the lawyers say, don't create your best defense is not to create a situation to where you're even questioned in the first place.
Exactly.
So, I mean, that just sucks.
Don't make yourself look like a stoner. I mean, that's just your first defense. Look normal. I mean, I'm not doing myself any justice with a hat that says dank and a JDR shirt.
Yeah. That's my concern is that I'm wearing something and then no matter what, bam, you're screwed.
Yeah, not necessarily, but you're not exactly making yourself look innocent.
The thought, the idea of like having your blood drawn, because you do not want. I mean,
Did you see that video of people at checkpoints that, against their will, were strapped down at the jail and their blood drawn unwillingly?
I didn't see that.
Oh, it was terrible.
This
dude was freaking out.
I don't even want to think about
what
that.
What country are we in? Yeah, I would have been freaking out too.
Yeah, dude.
No way.
I don't know. I'm not. See, and that's the thing is like I don't. All right, if I go to the hospital, whatever, doctor, I don't mind my blood drawn. I mean, yeah, it sucks. It's one of those things in life that you just got to deal with sometimes. But here's the thing:
But you're there expecting it.
I had to give my DNA as a felon, and that was something that really fucking pissed me off, almost more than anything else in my whole situation. Like losing my rights to a gun and giving my DNA horribly pissed me off so much. I cannot imagine having to have your blood drawn because someone says you have to in a criminal manner. That sucks.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to.
And knowing, not just that, but knowing that the science and everything that they're using with you is bullshit.
Right.
Yeah, that's what
is crap.
That's what would really throw me off the boat. Like, I know people who aren't. They're not Colorado patients. They might be out-of-state patients.
Yeah.
They're still using for medical reasons. And they're not even caught up on a lot of our know-how, science, or anything that we're doing here. And they realize, just because, they have me here, they have friends here, they realize that this DUID bill is absolutely insane and ludicrous, that the science behind it isn't even backed up.
Yep.
Yeah, so freaking A, man.
It's sad when you have people that aren't even in the know-how that know that shit is completely backwards. How can you still have lawmakers trying to pass it?
I mean, it just goes to show that even with the progress we've made, there's no reason to not continue to be an activist on behalf of the plant, because there is still
fighting to be
so
done.
much that needs to be accomplished, and people still need educated. We have not won
Absolutely.
yet.
Yeah, there's still a fight to be had. Not only that, like, we're still trying to set precedents here for other states.
Right.
If we don't fight the DUID, other states are going to adopt that, and it's going to be bad around the whole country. We don't want that.
I mean, I agree that there's going to be some sort of emphasis, and I'm not being, completely like, oh, we don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need this. I know that there's going to be an emphasis on stoned driving.
Sure.
I understand that.
Impaired
but see,
driving is dangerous of any kind.
But see, here's the thing: we need to make sure that we do it the right way, that we have proper science, and we understand that there is already laws covering the issue.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's a redundant law in addition to everything else.
Yeah, just to overly regulate what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, people that aren't even stoners, that don't even smoke, maybe smoke a couple times, a month, a couple times a week, whatever. Those people should be heavily concerned. People that work, long hours, have red eyes.
Mm-hmm.
They should be heavily concerned. Thanks for your input here in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, I was just going to interrupt.
It kind of reminds me of, like, and this is out there, but like the prejudice of the stop and frisk in New York. It's like the same thing, but for stoners here. They're just going to stop and frisk because we look either high or, like you said, you look tired.
Yeah, but here's the thing is, like, both times I've been pulled over, I can say that, one time the cop was kind of a jackass, and the second time when I told the cop that we were, well, number one, I was with someone that was in the industry, had just come from a grow, and, I'm in the industry, and it was like, well, we're medical marijuana in the industry, and immediately the cop was like almost apologetic and was very kind and called it the medical industry, gave it the more respect than I've even heard from a lot of people on our side.
I've heard a lot of people getting a lot of help while having their badge in the mirror for the same exact reason, because officers acknowledge it.
Dude, it was interesting. I mean, he obviously the first thing that came to my mind was like he had a family member that seriously affected by cannabis in a positive way, and I was like, that's cool. But he knew, immediately. And then the fact that it was questioned, and this is even before DUID, so this proof right there that this law is stupid and redundant. There's already people out there taking care of business, and now we have a situation to where we can get our asses handed to us. Proving that you're innocent is ridiculous, because you are guilty until proven innocent in that situation. All right, that's enough of that.
So Australia dude's gonna be here tomorrow filming.
Yeah, not an Australian dude. They're gonna send off. They're gonna send off the footage.
Yeah.
It's just somebody that they probably hired a videographer.
Sure.
Like when we did G4 TV, when December was on G4, actually. Well, we all did G4, but she's the only one that ended up on it.
Oh,
that's dude. I have the most ironic mentions ever.
So you saying Murphy's gonna get on the
Sorry about
Australian
that, buddy.
show and we're not?
Didn't mean to mention. I feel the same way. Trust me.
Yeah,
anyway, G4 TV and filmed, and they just hire people that are local.
Yeah.
And go and do that, and so anyway, I feel like a dick now.
Yeah, but now Murphy will be the only one on that show probably. All
right.
Yeah, we'll just film the hot.
I can be busy tomorrow.
Yeah, make sure you're here tomorrow.
Okay, I will do. I will try.
So they're doing a story on Colorado marijuana.
See you
I
tomorrow.
like Colorado marijuana.
I'm a fan.
So yeah, it'd be a good time.
I ain't complaining.
How you doing over there? You're being really quiet right
I really have to pee really bad, so I'm just trying to be quiet.
Go pee then.
Well, if I stand up, be like, Mike, sit down. I'm serious.
I figured I'd
Sit down.
I figured I had scared you into a corner.
No, just being polite, but now I gotta go take a piss. So fuck that.
Hey, not very nice to say cuss words. So and then Adam Dunn will be here on Friday. I mentioned that. thseeds.com and also Hemp Hoodlum and the Hood Lab.
And the barbecue this weekend.
Yep.
The Dabby Q. Yeah, we're part of presenting that. Presented by Dank
That should be fun.
and partners along with the John Doe Radio Show.
I gave
We'll have stickers too here coming this week.
Yay.
I need a bunch. I gave D-Loc a whole container full of hash. Not the last time they were here, but the time before. One of their tours, we're smoking on the bus. I was like, oh, yeah, here you go.
Here's the thing that I was told, and I probably shouldn't tell this story either, but I have multiple sources that have told me that, I mean, you know the group Potluck?
Who?
Potluck?
Ah, yes.
On Subnoise also.
Yep.
And Potluck, the Cottonmouth Kings. That really, there's only a couple of the Cottonmouth Kings. I'm not going to name names. Dude. That's why you get yelled at, because you pull shiz like that.
I thought you were done by now. Sorry.
The thing is, like, no matter what kind of rules there are, if I set a precedent, Bike just rolls with it. Like, it just follows in.
You set the precedence.
You gotta lead by example. Bro.
Just because I'm an idiot and don't do something
you
to
gotta
follow
lead by
through with
example,
it.
Bro.
And don't talk into the mic when you're eating.
Sorry.
So
you went to Connecticut, Ohio Center for Broadcasting, professional.
Oh, you got it right.
Education center. You were trained. I wasn't.
What was I talking about there? About the
something about the Potluck crew of Subnoise.
All right, yeah, I should finish that story. Multiple sources, people have told me that when they have approached when Potluck was approached with dabs, they didn't do it. And people in the Cottonmouth Kings were a little bit off-put by the dabs, too.
Yeah, we didn't bring our rig on bus.
I'm going to ask them about that coming here this week. And I'm going to ninja dab every single one of them. It's going to happen.
They dab for sure. It was funny.
I heard, though, when this shiz first came out, that they were very hesitant and sketched out. And I heard that certain people that you would think, this is more than even the Cottonmouth Kings or Potluck, but you hear people start telling stories about stuff, and you know, it backs up. Oh, we can't have this song. There's a freaking cop in the background.
I was just about to say, do you ever play this when I'm at the house? Because I'm always like, fucking cops out front.
All right, anyway. It was a crazy... Dude, there's no eating after showtime period from now on.
Oh?
No eating.
Got rules today.
Yeah, dude, don't eat in class unless you bring enough to share with class.
That is actually an official rule.
I gotta go anyway, so I was wrapping up the show for you.
Why you gotta go?
Oh, you got a ride that's here? And we got something to do.
All right, that's cool.
People.
Go ahead.
Thanks.
Got 5 minutes left.
All right, I gotta go.
Then go.
Fine.
All right, that's going to do it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Hopefully not too many people are pissed off at me after today's show.
Go fuck your love seat. Go fuck your Barca lounger. Go fuck your lazy boy recliner.
I was just honest. Maybe I'm too honest sometimes.
Uh-oh, were you brutally honest on everybody today?
Yeah. Probably too much. Murphy,
There's no stopping.
what are you doing?
Working.
So is anybody going to stay and take
anyone's
dabs
asking.
with me?
Yeah, I got to post up the show and all kinds of craziness. He never sticks around for anything.
You're going to leave on a dab?
All right. Have yourselves a fantastic 7/10. If you're going out to celebrate tonight, as we mentioned, make sure you're cognizant of, if you do get pulled over, try not to be stonerific in front of the cop, especially if you're in Colorado or
Wipe your dabbers off.
Any
Keep
other-
it clean.
Dabbers.
any other state.
Clean your rigs. Clean this water.
Yeah, use today to clean your rig.
Yeah.
An excuse to clean the rig. As an excuse to clean your rig. 7/10. Let me clean my rig. I'm not gonna clean this one.
Just use ISO alcohol. You don't need anything else.
Around Thanksgiving, you'd be like, remember back in July when you cleaned this rig last time?
Yeah, for real. All right, Ryan. Thanks for joining us, dude.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Seriously, dude. Thank you.
Appreciate it. You're gonna be here tomorrow?
Yep.
All
I'll
right.
do my very, very best.
Thank you,
to
Murphy.
Be on time. Thanks, guys.
Cool. Have yourselves a fantastic day. And yeah, I feel like I'm always missing something at the end of the show because we just talk about
Sponsors.
nonsense half the time. So, all right. Time meeting tomorrow. I'm John Doe. See you.
are subject and is informational and entertainment purposes only. We specifically include responsible marijuana reform. Listening to anyone but your mother is just like stupid. We accept no responsibility for your actions or misrepresentations, and we do not fully endorse the use of illegal drugs. You are ultimately responsible for yourself.
Live.